You're considering buying a used RV? Well, there's some things you should check on the tire. Today, we're going to talk about 4 of them.
Welcome to Two Camping Gurus. If you like camping in the great outdoors, you are in the right place. Stick around to the end of this video so we can show you how you can get your free ebook and pre-trip checklist to make sure you and your rig are ready for the road. Now, let's get into today's content.
Alright, so you're out shopping for an RV. You don't want to buy a new one, and that's perfectly fine. You can get some great deals on some used RVs. Now, this is a really old one back in the 70s. But no matter what you're buying, you want to take a look at the tires and do some minimal inspection to make sure you're not looking at an additional expense as soon as you get this thing home. In this case, this has dually wheels on the back, so you're talking about 6 tires. And on some RVs, these tires can get super expensive. Some of the bigger rigs, these are fairly standard tires, 16-inch, so they're not super expensive. However, some of the RVs out there have great big tires, and they're gonna be a lot more money if you have to replace them. So, what do you want to check? Number one, you want to do a quick visual inspection of all the tires. Look for any damage on the outside. Get underneath the rig, bring a flashlight with you, check around the backside. Be careful about rubbing your hand on it where you can't see, because if there's any of the bands or metal wires exposed, you can slice your hand open very easily. So be cautious of that when you're doing the inspection. Just get underneath there, use your flashlight, look around, and look for any, physical damage that you might be able to see. That's number one. Number two, you want to check the tread depth. Now, in main here, it needs to be 2/32 of tread still left. Now, of course, you're going to want more is better, and that means your tire is going to last longer but if you're close to that, it may still be legal, but keep in mind, you're going to be coming up on tire replacement sooner than later. And again, if you're replacing a bunch of tires, it's going to add to the cost. So you might want to factor that in with how much you want to offer if you are looking to buy this used RV. So that's number two. When you check the tread depth, you want to check in several spots of the tire, because you could have one area that looks really good and has plenty of tread, and another area could be worn way down and canvas showing. So that's another thing you want to look for. You would typically see this more on the front tires, because if it's out of alignment, then your tires wear unevenly, and you can have a spot that looks good and another spot with that canvas showing. So try to look all around the tire on the tread to see if there's any canvas showing or uneven wear. That would be the third thing you want to check for. The fourth thing you want to check is the date of manufacture of this tire, or any of the tires. Now, there's a lot of debate as to when a tire is too old to run. I would say for the most part, many people agree that right around the 6-year mark, if they're that old and still in otherwise good condition, then people do start considering replacing them. And again, this is not a hard and fast rule. Use your judgment. However, that seems to be the general consensus, is around 6 years. Then you may want to start consider replacing those tires, even if they're still in good shape. Now the question is, how do you know when these tires were made? And that's what I'm going to show you today for the fourth thing. As you can see, there's a lot of information around these tires, and I know I'm shadowing it, but I won't shadow the spot that's important. And what you're looking for is this set of numbers right in this area here. And you're going to see the DOT, Department of Transportation. Once you find that, then you're going to see a series of letters and some numbers. What you're looking for is a set of 4 numbers. And this one happens to be before dot. Some of them are at the end, and I can show you those too on another one. So here is the number we're looking for right here. And you can see that is 1509. So what does that mean? Well, the 15 represents the week of the year that this tire was produced. The year is the last 2 numbers, 09. So this tire was produced the 15th week of 2009. So now you know when this tire was made. So once you've found that information, now it's 2019 right now, so this tire is 10 years old. So if you look at this angle here, you can see this tire has a lot of good tread left on it, but the tire is very old. 10 years old. So, would I run this tire or not? Well, it's hard to say. I guess it depends on how far I planned on going with it, what my plans are. Am I just trying to move it from one spot to another? Or am I going to be taking a cross-country trip? So with all those factors in, then I would determine whether or not I planned on replacing these tires. Okay, so as you can see, we have a lot of good tread left on this tire, and visually it doesn't look bad. It's dirty, but they could use that spray that I use to really make this tire look pretty darn good, but it's 10 years old. So that's something to factor in when you're going to make an offer on this rig. Now, if you have 6 of these tires need to replace, you're talking on a low end $800-900, $150 a tire, let's say. You could easily spend $1,200 on tires for this, a couple $100 a tire. And these are not even expensive tires, big tires. So something really to keep in mind if you're going to purchase a used RV, because this could be an expense right off the bat. Well, thanks for sticking around to the end of this video. If you want that pre-trip checklist and ebook, just click on the link down in the description. Also, don't forget to swing over to our website, twocampinggurus.com. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment. Have a great day, happy camping, and we'll see you in the next video. All right, here's an example of the 4 digits at the end after the word dot. So you got dot, then you have some numbers and some letters, and then here is your date right here. I'm upside down, so bear with me. 3413. So this particular one was produced the 34th week of 2013. So that's another example of what the tire date stamp looks like.